friendly Cyclones touching the ball first on the road in Stillwater for the first two matchups between these two this year. And right to the post for Audie Crooks. It's off, and an offensive rebound for Williams. Top 15 scoring offense in the country for Iowa State, led by the nation's leading scorer, Crooks, who gets second life on this opening trip.
And I think we're going to be saying that a lot in this game. They're going to go inside to Audie Crooks as much as they can, try and make Oklahoma State's defense uncomfortable with that presence in the paint.
So one possession, one score. We should be saying that a lot today because Oklahoma State, they're top 10 in the country in scoring offense at over 85 per game. They work a late block. An extra pass over to a three for Gray. That's off. And an offensive rebound for Hurd. Right back to Gray. The volume three-point shooter fills it up for the Cowgirls.
And that's what the Cowgirls do so well. Second chance opportunities. They crash the glass hard, especially on the offensive end, and then those kickouts. Their shooters are constantly relocating. We're already seeing that early in this one.
Bill Fennelly saw that and is sending a sub to the table immediately. Eiley Tanky is getting ready to check in for some rebounding. Jada Williams, the star point guard, with a miss from three. Hurd with the rebound for the Cowgirls. A Cott is open in the post and puts it down.
Audie Crooks just lost sight there defensively. I asked J.C. Hoyt yesterday at practice if they're going to push, make or miss. Yes, Oklahoma State is. So the tempo, the pace of play, they want to establish that early.
Williams, no. Yeah, Oklahoma State feels like they can run this team all day long.
And they can. They have the depth. Oklahoma State with so much depth this season, and that's a big reason why they've had a lot of success in the Big 12.
Well, adding Timmer has helped that from South Dakota State and keep it down here on the baseline. Audie Crooks opened up the game. Oklahoma State 5 in a row since.
And what makes her such a threat is her ability to score in a variety of different ways. You notice how Oklahoma State is constantly honed in on Audie Crooks, all 5 defenders. But hey, pretty nice kick out right there for the Cowgirls as well.
Sure was. Gray, their top scorer at 15 per game, part of this balanced group for Oklahoma State. Here's one of their stars, Hurd, feeding a cut and back-to-back baskets for Achol Akats. The paint will be fascinating to watch. Cott versus Crooks down there for most of the day. Williams slices in, no, and 3 stops in a row for the Cowgirls. Here's Hurd straight down the center of the floor, and Tanky, who just checked in with good defense. Tanky gave Iowa State excellent minutes at Colorado. A close loss on the road in the midweek. Williams breaks free. And back-to-back misses. And an offensive rebound for Iowa State. Lisa Williams getting the start for the Cyclones with 2 offensive rebounds, leading to this mid-range make.
Wide open as well. Communication is going to be big, like it is in every game, but especially in this one because of the depth both teams have, but also that high post position. It's difficult to guard because when you're focused on Audie Crooks and her present on the low post, it's going to create more opportunities off the ball for Iowa State. Just wide open. The communication, too, defensively for Iowa State going to be key because of how many options that the Cowgirls have off of that ball screen. We've seen that there. Their ability to come off the screen, it's hard for defenders to hone in on that and defend it because they're also shooting really well from 3 as well.
Can't just camp out in the paint.
Exactly.
Spray it out and knock it down as much as anybody in the country. 4th in the country in makes from outside for Oklahoma State. Audie Crooks on the turnaround and an air ball. Oklahoma State checks a rev button into the game to Garter. Here's Timmer for 3. That's off the back heel. Timmer follows her own, and there is the game's first foul. That's on Haley Timmer. First either way. Well, Timmer was very excited to see Iowa State playing zone, as they have a lot of the year, because Timmer saw some zone against Cincinnati and scored 35 points.
Yeah, when you're a shooter, especially a 3-point shooter, you're excited to see this matchup 2-3 zone defense that Iowa State is coming out in. Timmer, though, she's been so hot all season, shooting 47% from 3.
Well, more good defense for Ega Revbub. Had to stop on Crooks before the steal here. Extra one, out for a three for Gray. No. Megarevba keeps it alive, and Hurd taps it into the hands of Beatty.
And just notice already the spacing with Oklahoma State's offense. All four players, I should say, are out on the perimeter spacing this offense, and that's creating those open looks from three.
A 1-of-4 start for Oklahoma State from out deep. As Beatty drives on Gray and puts it home. Well, without Ariana Jackson, as you mentioned, Madison, it's on Beatty and these other guards to manufacture the ball handling and the scoring without Jackson and Brown.
Yeah, without Jackson, without Addie Brown. Addie Brown is the difference maker for Iowa State. We talk about Audie Crooks. She's obviously an elite player, but if you ask a lot of Big 12 coaches, they're going to say Addie Brown is the MVP. So they're going to have to make up for her absence in this one.
Lower body injury keeping Brown out as Wooten gets to her favorite spot, that mid-range. And Iowa State survives it. Looking to get the lead back before the first media timeout.
Oklahoma State switching every single ball screen. That's because they have the ability, their team does, to defend 1 through 5. I think that's going to be a threat for Iowa State as well, their ability to switch all the screens.
Gray swirls it out, and it's out of bounds.
As she goes, and she's the primary ball handler, getting the ball inside to Audie Crooks as well. So Audie Crooks is having to make up for a lot with these two girls out.
Well, there's not a big positive with Addie Brown being out, but the one positive, they have an extra coach now.
Absolutely, somebody who wants to be a coach.
So very studious over there with the notebook in hand as Crooks misses in tight. And the Cowgirls get it back. And
you know what? I don't think we're going to be seeing Addie Brown coaching anytime soon. I think she's going to have a long, long career at the next level.
Well, Oklahoma State, they started 3 of 5 from the floor. That's 7 misses in a row. As Iowa State's been able to string together stops. Two of the best offenses in the country going at it. And a whistle before the release of that shot. So don't count it. That's against Wooten, who had a size disadvantage against Williams. So that notebook in hand, she's trying to steal a couple of possessions.
She told us right before tip-off that, yes, she wants to be a coach, but right now she's focused on how she can make her team better while she's on the bench. And it's no fun being injured, right? I was injured a few times in my career, but what you learn when you're on the bench that you can take into the game once you start playing again, it's invaluable. A lot of players will say they get better after that injury because they see the game in a whole new light and they see what their team needs in a whole new light as well. Something Bill Finley told us before the game that I really liked is that the mindset of the team right now is just to keep showing up. He's telling them that even through this 4-game losing streak, showing up is a skill set, and the team, their mentality right now, they're still completely locked in.
We kind of laughed about that. There's another whistle off the ball after Elisa Williams got called for her first, and this is 3 in the key against Oklahoma State. But the funny part about that is that the keep showing up thing was the message for Iowa State, and then they tried to show up early yesterday and couldn't with flight issues getting here. So got in late and ready to go for this matinee. Jada Williams against Whiting. That's a great matchup today, and a turnover forced. Cott has had a good offensive start and sprays it out for Whiting. Lena Girardi also provides them with some shooting off the bench. Wooten looking inside, can't get it there. Long skip, and the extra one goes to Whiting. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Girardi can't get free. Whiting with 4 on the shot clock. Whiting's got to go. She hoists it. And Iowa State with 28 good seconds of D.
Excellent defense in that matchup 2-3 zone. When it's effective, it really can cause fits for Oklahoma State because if that 3 ball is taken away and the middle of the zone is taken away, you break the zone by getting into the middle of the court. If that's not working, and that wasn't working right there for Oklahoma State, they went down the whole shot clock right there. Excellent defense from Iowa State. That's going to be a key element for the Cyclones, keeping them into this game. Right now, it's a low-scoring game. Defense is going to be key.
Both defenses have really dug in here.
Absolutely.
A hot shooting start for Oklahoma State. And a combined 6 of 24 in this opening quarter. The defense is shining. Beatty has it stripped by Wooten. And the defense comes up again for Oklahoma State. Leads to transition for Hurd. And an open look for Wooten.
Turnover is going to be key for Iowa State as well. In their last 2 games, 25 against West Virginia, 17 against Colorado. A lot of that is because they don't have 2 of their primary ball handlers out here right now as they're working through injuries. But turnovers, crucial. Going against Oklahoma State because, as I mentioned, they're going to push off makes and misses as we're seeing right now.
Well, they've gotten into a caught on the rim run a couple of times. Iowa State adjusts. It's a Girardi triple. That's in and out. And tapped by a caught for an open look for Whiting to stop the Trouts.
That is a dagger. Great job by Whiting, just staying out of the paint, relocating, staying on the top of the key there. Feet set, ready to go. She hasn't been scoring as much this season as she did at BYU, but hey, her defense has been great, and when she's open, she can knock it down.
Well, that's more like it after being shut out in her last game. First time ever. Crooks, offensive rebound, and knocked out of bounds off of Oklahoma State.
And after being held scoreless the game before, you're going to come out and you're going to be aggressive as a shooter. She stays on the top of the key. She doesn't suck in. Knocks it down. Wide open 3.
Yeah, there's that strut that we're used to.
I actually was walking in behind her whenever I got to the arena, and she was strutting in here. Really nice person, though. I like her game. I liked watching her at the conference tournament, the Big 12 conference tournament in Kansas City last year as well. She's just a fun player.
Well, she's their quarterback on defense, and her against Jada Williams for a lot of this day, and in this case, Kenzie Hare. It's going to be super entertaining.
And the thing about Amari Whiting is she's never had to play off of the ball. She's used to being the primary ball handler with the ball in her hands at all times. She doesn't have to do that with Oklahoma State because all 5 players, great rotations there by Iowa State to keep it alive in that offensive possession. But as I was saying, Oklahoma State has multiple primary ball handlers. So Amber Whiting is now able to play off the ball. She's been used more as a spacer and even a rebounder in this offense as well.
Amari Whiting with the 3 a couple trips ago for Oklahoma State, up by 2. Here's Girardi turning the corner and found her spot in the mid-range.
If Girardi can get going, especially early in this game, that's just another threat for the Cowgirls.
First points for her since she came back from her shoulder injury. It's her 2nd game back. She missed 4 games after Christmas with that heavily wrapped right shoulder. Half a minute in this first quarter. Oklahoma State by 4. And back into the post. Good defense from Akatz. She turned away Taulale. And with the shot clock turned off, J.C. Hoyt, who runs the offense, punches her other hand. That looked like a painful play call that she just called out. And now her team's all organized.
Let's see if it works.
Down to 5 on the first quarter clock. Girardi trying to get open. Down to 1. Caught at the end of the clock. And it's off. Now there was a foul call. Hold on, they're holding him on the court. There was a foul before the buzzer.
Go-to leading scorer. Both defenses, though, we got to give credit to the defenses. You know, focus on the positive. They're playing really well defensively, both teams.
Getting the Southern girl acclimated to being on the plains here in the winter.
I need my coat 24/7.
Well, Oklahoma State gets it first with a 5-point lead to start the second quarter. Oklahoma State back-to-back wins. They beat Kansas on the road before this one. And a long possession out of the timeout, and it's tapped by Hurd. No, and Sydney Harris has the rebound for Iowa State.
You mentioned that Kansas game for Oklahoma State. In the first half, they shot really well from 3. Then in the second half, they started to get the ball inside. And hey, if you're Audie Crooks, like, how do you stop that if you're Oklahoma State with Audie Crooks? She gets the rebound, she gets the putback, she doesn't bring the ball down. That's what makes Crooks hard to defend, is because she keeps the ball high when she gets the rebound.
Oh, and through the back door, it's Hurd. They lost the All-American.
They can get Staley Hurd going in this game, get her comfortable, get her easy looks like that on the backside. Her cuts are smart, they're intentional, and they're good. She cuts with force. If they can get her doing that more, it's going to create more of a rhythm for Oklahoma State.
Oh, big foul there. That's the 2nd foul on Jaden Wooten, their top passer and scorer off of the bench.
And Audie Crooks, you take a look at this here. She's averaging 7 rebounds per game, but notice how she didn't bring the ball down at all. So that's difficult to defend. The second you bring that ball down, you have the defenders of Oklahoma State right there. Staley Hurd with a great backside cut and communication, once again, calling for the ball, demanding the ball, and finishing.
Oh, it's a deep touch for Crooks, and that is off. It danced up on the rim for a long time. So Oklahoma State gets away with one, with the nation's top scorer missing from 2 feet away. Whiting hit that 3 in the first quarter, and from the angle this time doesn't get the bounce, and a rebounding foul. Paulk and Hurd were down there jockeying for it, and it goes against her. That's her first.
Once again, the Cyclones in this matchup, 2-3 zone defense. The Cowgirls are going to have to find a way to break that zone defense by getting the ball to the middle of the court, get it to that high post, and generate some actions off ball from there.
Well, these are shots that Oklahoma State usually hits. They're 2 of 13 from 3. A high-volume three-point shooting team at 10 makes per game, 4th in the country. Crooks, deep touch this time. Leaves no doubt.
She has the ability to just bury you. When Audie Crooks gets the ball, her physicality, her presence in the paint, she can just bury you. So it's hard to defend because if you play behind her, that's what's going to happen. You get buried.
The 6 first-half points for Achola Kotz. So interesting to see who's going to own the paint today in a Kott with 3 of 3 from the floor, plus that field goal up to 7. Harris, 3, can't hit it. And pursuing the offensive rebound, it's Hare. The second light for the Cyclones. Same spot, shot fake. Harris with a step in. And 0 for 2 on that trip. Timmer bringing it forecourt for Oklahoma State with that terrific outside game that she has. Somebody that can get Oklahoma State going from out there. Her can too. And a 2 of 14 beginning for Oklahoma State. And it's Cyclones ball. Let's see if J.C. Hoyt appeals that. Some of her players are saying take a look.
Notice here how Iowa State has multiple players moving off the ball, setting a low ball screen. Here dig right there for Audie Crooks to get her in better position, get her the ball. Right now, they're trying to generate more actions to get the ball inside to Audie Crooks. They can't just rely on her just going one-on-one isolation on the block. They're creating more looks off of their offensive sets for her, and I like that.
You asked how to stop it earlier, and I don't think a lot of coaches in the league have an answer. A lot of coaches in the country.
Hey, I wouldn't. That's why I'm over here. I'm coaching.
Yeah, how do you stop that? You can't.
It's like I was saying earlier, she's just such a matchup issue because if you defend Audie Crooks behind her, she's going to bury her. But if you play in front, she's got the footwork and the release to be able to finish over your shoulder in a variety of different ways. She's just such a hard player to defend. That's why she leads the nation in scoring at 28 points per game.
Whiting, 3 ball, books it.
It's got to feel good if you're Oklahoma State to get that 3 ball to go down. We talked about Amari Whiting. Her ability to shoot the 3 hasn't shot as well from deep lately, but she's getting hot in this one. 2 threes already.
36%, and that's good most places. That's 5th on the team here at Oklahoma State. Late shot clock. Williams, step back 3. Can't pay one back, and Kott has the rebound. Push, Gray, their top scorer, out in transition, plus a foul.
Excellent job there by the Cowgirls just to push the pace and create the foul. Right now they have numbers and they have more depth than Iowa State has. So J.C. Hoyt telling us yesterday they want to get the Cyclones in foul trouble early. Great read right there, great attack, and great finish at the rim with contact.
Micah Gray still playing unafraid, even with that mask on her face the last 8 days or so. You have that at Belmont, right?
Fun, right? Why it's difficult to play with that mask on is your peripherals. It takes it away. So you can't really find your teammates as easy as you want. But hey, she's playing really good with it. J.C. Hoyt telling us yesterday that Micah Gray is just cool, calm, collected. She has this confident swagger. I like it. We're seeing that. We're seeing that early with the mask on too.
Kind of an alter ego when she puts the mask on too. The biggest lead of the day for Oklahoma State, and that's taken away. Agarepa with the steal, leading to Gray on the break again. Hurd passed on a good look, and bodies go flying, and a foul against Polk for Iowa State. The second team foul for Iowa State in the quarter, first on Polk. So Oklahoma State, big part of their identity is the three-point shot. 3 of 16 in the half, but still their biggest lead of the half. Oh, here's Gray playing bully ball, and it's an offensive foul. Beatty takes it on the chest and sends it down the Cyclones' way.
Great job right there. That's the textbook charge right there. Just having your feet set, drawing the contact, and taking it. The thing about Chargers is you can teach them, but you just have to have that will and the want. And that is what Bill Finley was telling us about the team right now. They're still playing hard. They're putting themselves in a position to win by doing little things like that. Audie Crooks with a travel there, that's something you don't see from her often, but it was because the Cowgirls had multiple players crashing in on her and giving her attention, and it sped her up a little bit.
She has 8 points, but 4 of 8 shooting. Oklahoma State has limited her efficiency out to this 9-point lead. Gray, triple, got it! And a timeout for Bill Finley as Oklahoma State has...
That's so special is we don't have that just one go-to player that's just going to take over and dominate for us, but we have multiple players that you have to hone in on.
Give her team a David and Goliath type speech after practice yesterday. I'm talking about Audie Crooks, and she's the best player in the country, and they do it with strength and numbers, and they've gotten great energy from Praise Egarempa today. She takes the charge on Crooks, her first.
Great position there, giving Audie Crooks all she wants. She protects her body. She takes that charge. You talk about the energy. Oklahoma State has multiple players that come off the bench and give them energy. Jaden Wooten, another player that gives the Cowgirls energy off the bench, and that's what makes this team go, is their versatility and their depth.
Egarempa has set like 6 screens on this possession already, to that point about energy. Here she is again. Yep.
You can't be stagnant, especially when you're going up against Iowa State's defense.
Hurd showing the strength, backing into Williams. Billy Finley, the son of Coach Bill Finley, was right in the ear of the official asking where the charge was. And Hurd played through the no whistle. So it makes it a 14-point game. Mid-range, Crooks. And it's down to Williams, who's been in on offensive rebounds several times for Iowa State.
Staley Hurd's ability to impact this game, we're not talking about it enough, because yes, she has 4 points, but she's got 8 rebounds. Look how she just goes to work down here. She gets her miss, she puts it right back up. She got a little stare down right there as well. Her swagger coming out. She is what makes this Oklahoma State team go. Her credentials are there, but it's her attitude and her effort that J.C. Hoyt loves. She is their playmaker, but hey, she's been fun to watch, especially with that big rebound right there.
Going to her Audie Crooks back there. Hurd did play a little center her freshman year because of injuries. And a travel before the basket. Crooks wondering how and why, but it's going the other way.
Yeah, let's look at this again and look at her feet. Audie Crooks, that power bounce dribble that she loves. And once again, that's just Oklahoma State having multiple defenders. Look, 3 defenders for the Cowgirls with their eyes on Audie Crooks, just trying to make her uncomfortable, and it's working.
How many different players did we see guard her in practice yesterday?
5.
Yeah.
Literally 5.
Everybody got a crack at her, going deep into the bench even. Hurd turns the corner for 2 more.
That's what makes Staley Hurd so hard to defend, is because she uses her body and she gets low. She's also a great ball handler too. We don't talk about that enough. When she has the ball in her hands, she can go to work. She doesn't have many turnovers a game either.
Well, Crooks goes crashing down, and that clear foul on Egarempa, her first. I'm with you, though. Back-to-back trips. Hurd shows her post-playing skills and then her point guard skills. 2 possessions in a row.
And I like that Staley Hurd is trying to take over this game, especially on the offensive end, because earlier in the season, she wasn't doing that as much. She's a really selfless player in person, so she was deferring to her teammates a lot in non-conference play. But J.C. Hoyt told her, hey, I built this roster around you. I need you to know you are our #1 player that we are going to. And she's embracing that right now, especially with a big matchup against Iowa State.
And a bonus the rest of the quarter for Iowa State, and a split pair for Audie Crooks. That stopped a long run for Oklahoma State, and they keep it rolling on the 3.
And it was the quick outlet pass, getting it up the court, not many seconds off the shot clock, and a wide open 3.
13-0 run turns 16-1 run on the Gray triple. And there's some shooting for Polk. Their first field goal in 4 minutes for the Cyclones. We're looking for that secondary score without Addie Brown. And Timmer from the other corner. And Hurd an offensive rebound. She is always in pursuit. And Timmer attacks the closeout, attacks Crooks, and draws a foul. Sydney Harris called for her first after Oklahoma State pushed it in transition.
Yeah, this was impressive, especially because it was off an Iowa State made free throw. That's hard to get this three in the deep corner off of a made free throw, but Oklahoma State, that's what they do best. Pace and space. That is what their offense is built on. They want to play fast, but they have spacers within the offense. Great recognition there to sprint ahead and to pass ahead and get to the deep corner.
Player at the line has been so big in that pace and space coming over from South Dakota State. It was kind of an element of, if you can't beat her, just go get her in the transfer portal. Haley Timmer at South Dakota State last year knocked out the Cowgirls with an 11-point comeback late in the first round.
She fits this offense really well, though, because she wants to play fast, and she's a great spacer as well because of her ability to shoot the three. Ranks 10th in the country in three-point percentage at roughly 47%.
Williams still no points in his first half, with an offensive rebound for Hare. That's been Williams' spot today. And the third chance will not come as Gray plucks the rebound for Oklahoma State. Looking to push again. Timmer gets him set fast on the drive. The scoop goes.
We talk so much about the Cowgirls' ability to shoot from three, but they are also putting the ball on the floor, and when they attack, they have their eyes out, looking for shooters relocating, but then their ability to finish at the rim that we just saw there with Timmer. She's putting the ball on the floor, and she's going to work. She's not just waiting for a three-point shot.
It's 10-0, Madison. Transition points, Oklahoma State. Have a chance again if they want, as Whiting does hit it ahead. This fast-moving Oklahoma State offense finally steers it out. J.C. Hoyt, their head coach, calling out the set. And gets it to Hurd. And the All-American for the Cowgirls kicks it out. Gray lets it go. And got another!
She's feeling it. She is feeling it right now, Micah Gray is.
She might keep wearing that mask a few more weeks. That is 4 threes in the half for Gray. Up to 15 points. Williams on the drive and one. Man, did the Cyclones need that.
Absolutely, especially from Jada Williams. She's a downhill point guard. She wants to get to the rim. She's doing a good job facilitating this offense. Micah Gray with a little stutter hesitation, knocks it down. Then Jada Williams. This is where the Cyclones need to create more offense, is Jada Williams playing downhill. She's taken over for Emily Ryan, who is a 5-year starting point guard for the Cyclones. The way they play is so different as point guards, though. Jada Williams wants to play fast, wants to play downhill, whereas Emily Ryan, that a lot of the Cyclones faithful know well, she wanted to set up the half-court offense more. So Iowa State working with an advantage of having this player that likes to play faster and can get the ball inside as well.
And Emily Ryan's still here. She's a GA.
She's on the bench.
The graduate assistant. Girardi, three. Got that!
And you know what? Shooting is contagious. You can feel the energy in this building as well. Everyone feels like they can knock it down from three for the Cowgirls.
Oh, Williams has herself going after no points before the last two trips. The shot clock is turned off before halftime. Oklahoma State has built a 22-point lead. Hurd goes to work. In and out, left a little bit of time as Iowa State gets it back. Got to go in a hurry, though. Down to 2. Hare from half court. And just missed it to send this game to the locker room.
They put together that 16-1 run to end the second quarter. Now looking to start the third quarter with that same momentum.
Micah Gray, who you got to look at there, 15 points at her average on the season by halftime. Sydney Harris opens up the second half, and it's an 0 for 6 start to this game for Iowa State. 0 for 5 in that first half.
We just saw it right there.
Shot clock didn't start. Look at the shot clock turned around, you're saying?
As we just saw it right there with Oklahoma State coming out of the half and getting the first board. Right now, the Cowgirls are owning the glass, especially on the offensive boards. Oklahoma State right now with 15 second chance points. That's huge right now. If they can continue to own the glass, take Audie Crooks out of the game when it comes to crashing glass and getting those boards.
Ooh, into the backcourt for... Oh, that was touched by Whiting. Okay, all right. Oklahoma State.
With one right there.
Whiting even had a dejected look like, well, this is going to be backcourt. And on the roll, it's a cop. Had a good first half and a strong left hand to open up the the second half.
She is going to work right now. Caught recognizing the way that Audie Crooks is defending her, putting her head down, those power dribbles and finishing strong. Caught can finish with both hands, right or left.
And Crooks misses another close one, but puts the second one back.
Another example right there. What makes Audie Crooks so hard to defend is because when she gets that rebound, she keeps it high. That's just fundamental basketball. She's finishing really well with those easy touches around the paint.
Bringing it down to those guards.
Because there's 5 right there ready to take it.
They're swarming her. 11 points on 11 shots for the nation's leading scorer, Audie Crooks. She'll try to bring her team back in this half. Timmer went right into the body of her and tapped around. God is so active, but it's steered out by Williams. One of the best offensive rebounding teams in the Big 12 in Oklahoma State. And Crooks, tough one, swirls down. Off 1 foot, falling away basically without vision on the rim. She is up to 13.
Her athleticism is something that doesn't get talked about enough, and we just saw it right there on that point. Audie Crooks, incredibly athletic as well.
Williams at the block. On the second try, it's kept alive by Williams again. And stays down on this end. Check this out. That was a thing of beauty.
Trick action in her. Audie Crooks, once again, just showing she can score in a variety of different ways. Falling back. Gets it up. She has good touch around the rim.
One of the game's most efficient players. Whiting backs her way in. Fall away and a foul on Williams. Jada Williams called for her first. Amari Whiting with 2.
It's also a balanced attack right now with Oklahoma State because, yes, they're shooting the ball really well from deep, but if I'm Oklahoma State, I'm going to attack and try and get Iowa State in foul trouble. Because they're limited in their depth right now, attack them like we just saw Amari Whiting do. Get them in foul trouble, get to the line, and make them use their bench early in the second half.
We've seen teams try to do that, going after Audie Crooks, but she has not fouled out this year. She's only fouled out 3 times in her career. That would be the simple logic, right? You got the best player in the post, try to get her to foul out, but teams haven't been able to do that.
She's a really smart defender. We talk about how good her poise is and her footwork is on the offensive end. It's the same on the defensive end. She's smart with how she defends.
Whiting is instructed to get up and pressure Williams. Casey Hoyt running the ball into her hands. The hair closed out on, into the post. The crowd is there, as there always is. And hands on knees for J.C. Hoyt as the foul called on her Cowgirls.
A little mutual respect there between Hurd and Crooks, laughing after that one. I don't think Hurd thought that was a foul. Coming in once again, Audie Crooks just aware that there's going to be multiple defenders on her. Good defensive play right there from Hurd.
Ball is loose and Hurd gets it right back after that fun exchange with Audie Crooks. Did a quick one-liner for her on the way by. Here's Wooten, loves the mid-range, and that's her spot.
We watched her take those shots from the mid-range in practice yesterday. She made like how many in a row? 13 of 15. It was really fun to watch. She's electric from that mid-range.
Iowa State finally has their first 3. Sydney Harris. And she has played an excellent couple of games with moving into the starting lineup with Addie Brown out. And Audie Crooks made the call for him. She had a couple of those.
Before it was even called, it looked like. But just solid defense there by Audie Crooks, just pressuring Akot, making her turn it over.
Audie Crooks was like, I got called for a couple of those. If mine were travels, that's a travel. See if that wakes the Cyclones up. A 3 and then a turnover the other way. Chasing 20. It was a grinder of a start, 13-8 at the end of the first quarter. And then Oklahoma State exploded for 30 in the second quarter. Williams to her mid-range. She thought she got fouled and took a shot across the face.
Good action right there from Jada Williams, just coming off the ball screen, stopping like a dime on that high post. Another great mid-range shooter, Jada Williams is.
They wouldn't miss one from mid-range.
Oh, we don't see that a lot.
We haven't seen that on our whole trip here. Crooks tries a 3. And it lipped out. She did hit her first of the year a couple games ago, but not here. Gray probes that baseline. Birds left wide open. And she backs it.
Once again, excellent spacing from Oklahoma State. That's just something you work on in practice, is relocating when you have a ball handler, dribbling baseline. You stay out deep, knock it down, wide open three for Staley Hurton.
Double watch for her, 9 and 12. And that's rebounded by Oklahoma State. An immediate push. Wooten gets it right back. Her three. About midway through this third quarter, Iowa State has only put a 1-point dent in that 22-point halftime lead. Crooks discarded her defender, and Polk rims a three. It's Williams who tries. And back-to-back misses that trip down for the Cyclones. Gray was the hot hand in the first half with 15. And a crowd comes. Polk using her good hands.
Good defense right there from Iowa State. We're noticing how they're playing the pick and roll from Oklahoma State, which is what so much of the Cowgirls' offense is based off of. Led by Olivia Miles. We know what she was capable of doing at Notre Dame last season. She's playing really well for the Horned Frogs.
Olivia Miles leads the country in triple-doubles. Her and Marta Suarez had a triple-double in the same game this year for the Horned Frogs.
But when you take a look at the Big 12 standings, it just makes me think of all the purity across the league. I mean, we're talking about an Iowa State team that's ranked 12th in the Big 12, but 19th in the nation. Yes, they're on a 4-game losing streak right now, but they started out the season really hot. On any given night, any team in the Big 12, it feels like, can get a win.
Right now, the projection, 9 teams in the NCAA tournament with 2 on the bubble. So it could be an 11-bid league in the Big 12. Three ball, that goes. A much-needed hit for Kenzie Hare.
11-bid league, not bad, right?
Oh.
If I'm the Big 12, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah. 7 got into the dance last year. TCU went to the Elite 8. That could grow by 4.
We haven't even talked about Baylor. You can never count out Nikki Hawley and her squad. I love that Baylor team. They're fun to watch. 18th in the nation right now.
They're off to the best start since she's been the head coach. 17 and 3 after yesterday's win. Pull up short for Reagan Wilson. Iowa State on the 3 for Hare. Cut it to 18. Cowgirls in control since a 16-1 run midway through the second. And Timmer on the take. Oh, wow. It danced on the rim and bodies went crashing. And take your pick on who the foul's on. And it'll go against Oklahoma State and Egarefba, her second. So Sydney Harris taking a shot. Egarefba called for the foul. And Harris will take a seat. All right, how's Iowa State get their way back in here?
Got to take care of the basketball. You see it right now. Wooten picking up Jada Williams right away. We talked to Bill Finley before the game. He said, yeah, this press offense, pressuring before we even get the ball inbounds is something that we've seen a lot since Addie Brown has been out. So turnovers is going to be key. And second chance opportunities. Iowa State doing a better job crashing the glass and creating more second chance opportunities, but they need more of those. And hey, how about Jada Williams just getting going in the mid-range as well? That's one way to get back.
Well, didn't score the first 18 minutes of the game. Looking more like herself since. Three ball Hurd. Can't hit it. Ooh, wow, a hard foul on the undercut. Cott was down there and got clipped by Wilson, grabbing that tailbone area.
And that hurts. Tell both players just being aggressive, crashing the glass hard, trying to come up with that rebound. Looks to be like Cott is okay, so we're glad to see that, but that's a hard fall.
Yeah, no intent, nothing to look at there with taking the legs out with Williams down on the ground. Second foul on Jada Williams. Wooten finds her spot. It's beautiful almost every time.
You know what I call that, Connor? IO, instant offense. When she has the ball in the mid-range, it is instant offense.
I call that over. The possession is over. Caught with the rebound, tapped from behind. She kept it alive to Girardi. And it leads to an open look. And it goes! Not one for the clinic tape in transition, but a made shot.
Haley Timmer is lights out. If you give her any time, any space from behind the arc, she's not going to down.
That is blocked, and a foul on Iowa State. I mean, that turned into a slip and slide in the full court, and Timmer popped free for a three.
And so much hustle right now out of both teams, but especially Oklahoma State. Great job by Timmer, once again spacing the floor, making sure she was behind that three-point line so she could get a three, not a two, and just knocks it down. As I mentioned, if you give Haley Timmer any time, any space, she's going to knock this shot down. She just has an elite motor, and her feet are always set. She's an excellent shooter. We've seen that her entire career. She knows what it takes to win. She hasn't lost many games at all in her career, and that's paying off for her here as she's helping the Cowgirls.
Well, she crushed it in the Summit League with South Dakota State. You know, she played Iowa State a long time ago, kind of a time capsule day for Timmer. Third game of her career. Wow. It was against the Cyclones.
How about you doing your prep?
125 games later, 1,400 points later, get a possession back. I like that, don't you?
Yeah, especially when you're down 20 points right now. But it's what I went back to saying with Bill Finley telling us the margin of error is so small. So they can get a possession back. You got to get it back. The Cowgirls take it over. Didn't have that possession for too long, Iowa State.
Like the appeal never happens. Hurd stole it, and Timmer with the foul. They had Iowa State in the spot that they liked with that press, but Staley Hurd comes in with a floor burn. And
it's just the swarming defense that Oklahoma State plays with. Eyes up, all five on the same page, moving in a rope, and they come up with a big steal.
That's well done at an ag school like this. Moving on a rope. Well done.
I lived in Dallas, Texas for a while.
Pistol Pete approves. Pistol Pete loves it. Williams has gotten going with 8 points. Needs some help around her and Crooks to get back in it. We're down to 6 to shoot with Harris back in there. On the take, she gets a paint touch and a good look. But Hurd with another rebound. He has swallowed up 14 rebounds to go with her 9 points. And Girardi smacks a three.
Like we were asking Casey yesterday, if the game's on the line and you need a big three, who are you going to? And she said, well, let me name off 7 players that I could go to for a big time three.
Doesn't seem fair.
This team, though, I mean, they're firing on all cylinders right now. Every player can connect from deep, and they have the trust in each other that if somebody is open from the three, they're going to find them and get them the ball.
Girardi, who just hit the three, is called for the foul. And Hurd is in triple-double range with 9 points, 14 rebounds. And that was her 9th assist.
Staley Hurd got the rebound on the other end of the court and then just immediately pushed. You say she's nearing a triple-double. Her impact on the court has been phenomenal tonight.
Pull up. Harris can't stop the 10-0 run. And Hurd, of course, picks up another rebound. That's 15 on the day. Does she have another assist? This would give her 10. Oh, no finish for Timmer. Would have put Hurd just a point away from the triple-double before the fourth quarter had arrived. Timmer's ability to run the floor, I think, is something that's really underrated. Yes, we talk about her three-point game and how good it is, nearly 47% from three, but she's sprinting the floor. She recognizes the angles. She's running wide in this press, and she's immediately trying to get to the rim. One dribble to the rim, her range, her extension, her athletic ability to get to the rim. We don't talk about that enough. Perfect fit. Yeah, she really is. And like I said, she's doing a really good job playing off the ball. She recognizes that, yes, she's a great three-point shooter, but she wants to score in a variety of different ways, and I think that's what makes her such a threat. Some people might be hiring her as their financial advisor soon, too, in grad school at Oklahoma State. Business school here. She could be mine. All right, sign it up. Not enough money for her to be mine. Girardi with the takeaway. I see what you're doing, negotiating live on the air. All right, so triple-double watch for Hurd. 32 in white, 9 points, 15 rebounds, 9 assists. She has a touch here, final half minute of this third quarter. Hurd leaves it for Timmer. Ball buzzing around, touching a lot of different hands on this trip, and Timmer pays it off. That is just stuff, because Iowa State had great defense right there. They were playing the screens really well, and Oklahoma State just ability to shoot the ball, and now pushing it once again. Lena Girardi is everywhere, forces another turnover, and it's her three that goes in and out.
In the game right now for Oklahoma State is they are owning the glass, 18 second chance opportunities, and a lot of that is Staley Hurd and her ability to constantly put pressure on the boards.
Best she's ever had, Madison. Williams has the takeover. 15 rebounds, a career high for Hurd. Will we see more history with the third triple-double in Oklahoma State history? Half a minute into this fourth quarter. Iowa State has been kept at a distance after they cut it to 16. A 10-0 run from Oklahoma State that third quarter. Williams slides it in. Girardi with more hands-on a pass. That's 3 in a row that she's gotten hands on.
And that was because of Amari Whiting and her defense on Jada Williams. She's pressuring the ball. She's making every pass for Jada Williams difficult, and that's what forced that turnover.
And Whiting gives it back to Iowa State. Whiting, when we were talking to J.C. Hoyt about her yesterday, she said that she's done everything and then some as far as what we expected as a defender coming here to Oklahoma State.
She always guards the other team's best player. It's a big task that she has to answer to every night. Doing a good job. Just bailed her out with a foul right there. But she's doing a really good job defensively within this system. Just recognize, if you ask her, yes, offense is still a key for her, but she really takes pride on the defensive end and slowing down the other team's best player and making each game difficult for the player that she's guarding.
Well, there's so many guards in the Big 12 that already see her in her sleep.
Yeah, I would.
Williams with a couple at the line. Iowa State team was at Colorado the middle of this week. We're back to Ames and then back on the road to Stillwater. Trying to snap a 4-game losing streak today. And there are the points for her. So she has the points and the rebounds. 1 assist away from a triple-double.
I have a feeling she's going to get it. That shot, though, I love that shot selection because that's something that Staley Hurd, a shot she wouldn't have taken at the beginning of the season. But now she's in her groove. She's more comfortable. She recognizes that she is the threat of this offense, and she's taking those shots.
Lena Girardi was smiling when that ball went airborne. So she went and picked it off. She knew what was about to happen.
There we go again.
Hurd a 3. No. Girardi, of course, another loose ball. Every 50-50 ball is hers right now. Whiting, spray out. Girardi, 3. Swirls out. And a third chance for Oklahoma State with a cop. You can see the road starting to wear on Iowa State. They look a little fatigued.
They do look tired. I was watching them in the huddle to start the fourth quarter. Their body language, they looked tired. And right now, Oklahoma State is taking advantage of that.
It's out of bounds. Did that change possession, though? It would be 1 on the clock if it didn't. And that's what it reads. This was Hurd going into double digits in points.
Just another great draw, though, for Oklahoma State to recognize that Staley Hurd's hot. How can they get her the ball? Are they going to screen for her? Is she going to play off the ball? Is she going to play with the ball in her hands? Is she going to play on the block? That is what makes Staley Hurd so hard to defend, is because she can score in a variety of different ways, but I love that she's being aggressive and taking threes like that.
Oh, at the end of the shot clock, Crooks sticky with the block. It hasn't been a typical day for Crooks. 13 points on 13 shots. For the nation's #1 scorer at 27.5 per game. Williams helps her out with a 3. Jada Williams into double digits after 18 minutes scoreless to start the day. Ray blocks. Polk with good hands. The reigning SoCon Defensive Player of the Year and the reigning Player of the Year overall. Similar spot, similar shot for Williams. And a 6-0 Jada Williams run.
She's an aggressive player. We saw her do that for 2 seasons at Arizona where she averaged almost 13 points per game. She's a point guard, but she's also now looking to score first. She's not just looking to pass. When Jada Williams gets into a flow, it's hard to guard.
J.C. Hoyt not satisfied after Jada Williams pops a couple of...
They get the ball into Crooks from the top of the key. It makes it easier for her to go to work, use her footwork. Teams don't double as much. Well, that's not been the case at all today. We knew that Oklahoma State was going to send multiple defenders at Crooks, and it's working.
Good take for Wooten, and hard to scout, right? Because it's a little different angle than you're used to defending for the rest of the teams in the Big 12.
It is, but it makes sense because of Crooks' ability. She's a gravity sucker there in the paint. So how do you get the ball? What's the easier way to get her the ball? The thing is, though, it does take away more of your angles as a guard.
Almost got the ball back for herself as Polk was pushed. And a foul on Oklahoma State. Was on Achola Cott, her first. With the Jada Williams threes that she hit before the timeout, one of those was taken off the board. It was ruled a 2 on the first one she made, and more action in with Crooks grabbing her face, but quickly back up to her feet. She's asking for a review on if there's something to upgrade here.
Look at Akot's defense on Audie Crooks as well. She's playing really good defense, making every catch difficult. You see a foul there, but she hasn't made it easy for Crooks at all, and J.C. Hoyt will take that with just the way that Akot has pressured Crooks this entire game.
The ruling on the floor is a personal foul against Oklahoma State, number 11. That play is under review for a possible upgrade.
All right, so they're looking at the severity of that contact. Was there a wind-up? What was the impact? Follow through. Those are the
swipe there.
Yep.
With her right hand.
So if they see that as unnecessary or excessive, this could be upgraded to a flagrant 1. Definitely not in the flagrant 2 category. That'll be 2 shots and the ball for Iowa State. On top of shooting fouls as well for Audie Crooks. Could also look at this and interpret that as not a direct play on the ball. Be one way that could possibly be upgraded. But the crew is at the monitor right now on this appeal. Time for our progressive game summary. Get slam dunk savings today. And that 3 of 15 number for Iowa State outmatched by the 12 threes Oklahoma State has hit.
That's exactly where my eyes go. 12 threes for Oklahoma State versus 3 for Iowa State. Coming into this game, Oklahoma State, we knew they wanted to shoot threes. They get 28 attempts up per game. They've got 32 attempts. Right now, they're getting
After
whatever
review,
they
the
want
foul
from
on
behind.
Oklahoma State number 11 has been upgraded to a flagrant 1. It meets the criteria as excessive, hard, and unnecessary. Any Iowa State player can shoot 2 shots. It'll be Iowa State ball to division line with 30 seconds on the shot clock.
J.C. Hoyt wanting an explanation on that one.
And so 2 shots plus the ball for Iowa State after Crooks was fouled. And got them both. Not that there was necessarily intent there, but as you heard on the announcement, excessive and hard was what they interpreted on why it was a flagrant.
And unnecessary. Didn't need to do that there. Move on now.
So the 2 foul shots for Crooks and possession for Iowa State. Polk open look, and it's a 5-point trip for the Cyclones. The shot clock didn't start, so back to the scores table.
In Oklahoma State right now, you can tell that their focus is just on Audie Crooks. They're letting other players take these wide open looks. Look how many players are honed in on Audie Crooks. 2 defenders on her,
The
one
clock
with her
froze,
eyes, and that
so
leaves.
we are reviewing a timing malfunction.
There should just be a couple of seconds difference. Ball was just inbounded. The game clock and the shot clock didn't start.
Right there, give me a stopwatch.
I'm going with 6:01, 27 seconds on the shot clock. What's your guess?
I'm going with 6:02 flat.
Okay. That's
5:58?
I was closer.
Yeah, you were. You won that one. I'll give it to you.
First win of the day. And tomorrow's a great day in women's hoops on Fox. You also have Notre Dame and UConn after that. All on Fox tomorrow.
There's another big game tomorrow, too, isn't there?
Decently big football game, too, yeah.
Be on my couch all day.
We're down to 4 to shoot for Oklahoma State. Hurd with the step back, and she got fouled by Polk.
So where are we at right now for Hurd on triple-double watch?
Still needs the assist.
One more assist. But again, that's just Staley Hurd being aggressive. We weren't seeing her do that much, doing that often, I should say, at the beginning of the season. And now she's just had full attack mode, full aggression mode. She wants the ball in her hands, and she wants to make a difference.
The Herd gang in here today.
Yeah, she's got a whole crew here.
There they are. One more coming. Awesome shirts.
Old Faithful, I love it. Yeah, those shirts are great. I need to get me one of those.
Speak that into existence. I'm sure Staley can make that happen. 3 free throws. It has been a great day for the Herd gang. 15 points, 15 rebounds, a career high, and 1 assist away from history. Block, Williams, denied by Whiting.
Once again, great defense by Whiting. She gets the steal, and she immediately pushes.
Midway through this fourth, Oklahoma State has been in control since midway through the second quarter. Whiting uses the screen. Defender on her hip, and 2 at the line for Whiting.
Great attack right there by Whiting. She made a difference on the defensive end, went coast to coast, and then is now going to the free throw line. If you're J.C. Hoyt, you have to be excited about this squad that you have put together. We mentioned it, 7 different players scoring in double figures, all 5 starters scoring in double figures. The depth, the versatility, the balanced attack. Offensively, it's fun to watch, but the defense has been really fun to watch. To hold an Iowa State team to just 47 points right now, halfway through the fourth quarter, it's really impressive with the way the Cyclones can score.
They've been known more for that offense. Doesn't mean they can't stop people like they have today, making life tough on Crooks. A re-entry, 1-foot fall away, is rebounded by Wooten. Always with her eyes up, looking for a chance to push. She found it, and she finds the free throw line.
And another thing that just makes Oklahoma State such a threat is you've got Jaden Wooten coming off the bench. She's coming off a 15-point game. She's averaging 13 points, 4 rebounds, dishing out nearly 6 assists per game, and she's coming off the bench. I asked Coach Hoyt, why do you like her off the bench? And she said, well, don't fix what's not broken. She's playing really well. She brings that energy off the bench, and that's such a threat to have, a player that immediately makes an impact. A lot of times when you sub, you can expect the game to drop off a little bit. That's not the case with Oklahoma State. In a lot of ways, they get better when Wooten comes in.
I always thought there's a freedom in that, too. If you're a starter and you're not playing well, it's like, well, you benched me.
Pressure.
I'm already a bench player as the 6th player.
Well, and she has this mentality now that she doesn't mind that she's the 6th player. She wants to win 6th player of the year. And that's the mentality she's taken into every game now.
And 1, Elisa Williams. Former national champion at LSU, to the line for 1 more.
Jada Williams just does a good job maintaining this offense. As I mentioned, she's just a different point guard than the Cyclones have been used to seeing for the last 5 years with Emily Ryan, who is an excellent point guard, most assists in program history. But Jada Williams plays with a different pace and a team that started off this season 14-0. But right now they're missing nearly 20 points per game with those 2 players out.
You think about the notebook that we were talking about earlier that Addie Brown has over there. There are some secrets in there that might help her when she comes back.
It's true. When you get injured, yes, you don't want to be injured, but you can learn a lot from watching from the bench. And that's what I asked her. She said, yeah, I've already learned a lot about the way I can come in and just change the pace, affect the game a little bit differently from what she's learned right in that notebook.
I can't wait to get her back. There's a 3 for Herd and knocks it down. Another dagger 3 for Herd, up to 18 on the game.
Not bad. We got to get her that assist. Get that triple-double.
I think the bench is aware of it. They might tell her to pass that one next time. Adds to her career high in rebounding with her 16th.
And Staley Herd right now just making it look easy, right? Her rebound, she's in great position. She's playing hard. She's playing with force, and she's making it look easy. I think that's a testament, though, to what Jason Hoyt is doing here in Stillwater. She's a player's first coach. These players love playing for her because of the way that she pours into them, and she makes them a better player and person as well. We're seeing that out of Haley Timmer in the season she's having here in Stillwater.
Will that go down as an assist? Several dribbles from Timmer. J.C. Hoyt was saying that it was an assist. That's a step through. They do have that in the book as an assist. So that's a triple-double for her. So the 3rd in Oklahoma State history. Natasha Mack, who was drafted in the WNBA and still playing, and Brittany Martin against UT Arlington in 2012, the only others.
Wow. And now she comes out.
First career triple-double for Staley Hurd, and the third in Oklahoma State history in the first in 5 years.
And that's what it's all about right there, right? Your head coach greeting you as you come off, giving you wanted it. That's huge praise. To get a triple-double, you just mentioned it, not many players have done that. Not many players in the Big 12 as of late have done that. And you have Staley Hurd coming in and immediately making an impact in this game that Oklahoma State really needed to dominate. They didn't want to just come out and win. They wanted to dominate this game, and they've done that.
And Staley Hurd matches a few other Big 12 players that have triple-doubles this year. And Baylor and TCU up on the board. Also, Iowa State had Addie Brown back in November with a triple-double. It was their first in a decade. And of course, you got Olivia Miles at TCU, 4 triple-doubles leading the country. 3-ball Girardi. Got them all!
They are shooting with so much confidence right now, the Cowgirls are. All 5 players want the ball in their hands and can connect from deep.
Girardi looking like the player she was before the injury. And foul shots coming for Iowa State. Missed the 4 games with the shoulder. Sharp shooting again.
And when Girardi is going, when she's healthy, when she's comfortable, she's an elite shooter. She was named the Big 12 Freshman of the Week twice already this season. She did, as you mentioned, have an injury that she was working her way back from, but she's been really, really good. She's arguably one of the best 3-point shooters that the Cowgirls have. Not even arguably. I would say she is the best 3-point shooter they have when she's set and ready to go.
You put her in 2 misses in a row. The crowd loves it because they get ice cream on the 2 misses at the free throw line. Double scoops to come for all the Oklahoma State fans. 3 for Whiting is tipped right back to her. With a little over 2 minutes to go. Here's Girardi again. Offensive rebounds. 3rd try at it for Oklahoma State. Redba got that one. And no 4th try.
If I'm a Big 12 coach and I'm watching this game right now, I'm shaking in my boots a little bit watching Oklahoma State and the momentum they have going right now. 3 consecutive wins, playing with a ton of speed, pace, space. They're a hard offense to guard, but their defense has been lights out as well.
They've got a swing stretch coming up in their Big 12 schedule. That banks in. Hello. Going the hard way with Freya Jensen. And subs with Tyler Hurd coming in. That's why they stopped it. Whiting will come out. Second half of the Hurd gang is coming in. Little window cleaning for Jensen. So Staley Hurd has the triple-double, the first of her career. Now Tyler Hurd, her younger sister, gets to play the final 130. Girardi has had an excellent second half. Double digits for her, several steals. Wooten is off. Polk steers it away for Iowa State.
The thing is, too, there's a lot of basketball left to be played, right? So if I'm Iowa State, I've got to refocus quickly because it doesn't get any easier for the Cyclones. The Big 12 locked and loaded right now. There's a ton of parity in this league. On any given night, any team can win. But Iowa State has to remember that they're playing without 2 of their best players right now. And when they get them back, they're a different team.
Step on the baseline for Timmer. Iowa State next. They'll see Cincinnati, who got them on this losing streak. That was their 2nd loss on this 4-game losing streak. That's up next, and you're going to see the Cyclones coming up real quickly.
Yep, on Saturday against Arizona. Bill Finley telling us that the mindset right now, the message to the team is showing up, and showing up is a skill set. So I'm going to be curious to see how they show up at practice this week and respond.
I'm curious, your travel getting there, too.
Yeah, me too.
8 inches of snow is expected.
Fingers crossed, I make it.
Expected in Ames next weekend.
Yeah, I was telling Coach Finley I've got some travel dilemmas I got to work through with NBA schedule and different things. And he said, well, you might want to get to Ames a little bit earlier than you thought. We're expecting 6 inches of snow.
I think he was offering his private jet.
I'll take it.
That's what I made of that. Oklahoma State dominance today. 15 seconds away from their first ranked win of the year. 3-ball for Hurd, short. And Iowa State with the shot clock turned off. One last possession here. Polk takes it in. Hurd lets her have it. And 1 for the road for Polk. Oklahoma State, 3 ranked wins last year. They're first in the book this year, knocking off number 19 Iowa State.